opening vistas of space promise high costs as well as high reward. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained. The exploration of space is one of the great adventures of all time. And we mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it.
Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy your stay. Lurkers, more than welcome. And, no, I totally did not change my ship again in between this stream and the last. Absolutely did not. If you'd like proof, well, I can't show you that because I totally changed my ship. Just slightly. I added a booster up front, up top and front. I extended the wings, as it were. And I changed out the engines. Technically, I added a couple engines too, but I like these engines slightly better. I'm still having to get used to the thinner profile of this ship. I'm not used to my ships being this thin, like flat. Anyway. Oh, and I installed some more mods, of course, also. I actually uninstalled a few, too. I took out the companion mod, because it just wasn't really working. I took out a mod that I like, but I don't use, so it becomes pointless, which is specifically for ships. I had a mod that allowed it so that your boost with specific engines, your boost was like ridiculous, which theoretically would allow you to actually use your boost to travel between planets and moons and stuff. The problem with the mod is that it's so slow that it takes many minutes to get between moons and planets, and I'm not here for that much immersion. And the other problem with the mod is you can never use boost in combat again, because as soon as you hit the boost, you go flying way outside of the range of where the ships were by leaps and bounds, even with the most small of the modified engines, so it didn't work. Then I added a mod that I took out between videos. I added a boost pack mod. I didn't like how it worked, though. I mean, I did, but I didn't. It changed the entire profile of how boost packing works, and it made it harder to control. Speaking of, I need to modify this boost pack again because I changed it out, and now I have currently a basic boost pack, which will not do. I also added in a mod that alters the way spacesuits work, but I haven't delved into it too much yet. Basically... And it's weird because I have a mod that allows me to put superior enhancements on the suits, but with this other mod, they both work. Oh. Oh, okay, hold on. I see. Okay, I think I changed the order of the mods. And now... Yeah, okay, never mind. So one of the mods might not be working anymore. I don't know.
If it increases your chance of survival, I am in favor of making changes.
Alright. I changed where the mods were placed in the mod order, and they both modify suit elements, so one of them might not be working anymore. The idea behind the mod was that certain suits are designed for exploration, other suits are designed for combat, etc., and it's supposed to, like, it was supposed to increase the mod stats in certain areas depending on the type of suit it was. Yeah, one of the mods has clearly overridden the other one. I'll be honest, I think I prefer this mod anyway. So yeah, I'll probably just disable that other one then. So basically, one was supposed to increase the upper stats like physical energy and EM, and then another mod, and so if the suit was designed for combat, it would have those as higher levels, and then if it was designed for exploration, it would have higher thermal, airborne, radiation, and corrosive stats. And I can't remember, there was another one. It's a good idea, but meh, I don't know. The way I play this game, I just don't think it matters for me personally. So there it is. Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is why we play our super casual playthrough, to find where we want to end up when we start our slightly less casual playthrough. And as it turns out, they did it again. Bethesda, you cannot rename Avarice, just like you cannot rename the Shipbreaker's Cutter. These are a couple of their creations, added objects, and you can't rename it. So, I, who don't technically rename these things, cannot put an exclamation point in front of it to put it into a proper sort, which is why I rename them. Anyway. Alright, let's go do a bunch of neon stuff. while actively avoiding delivering coffee that we have, at this point, not delivered for such a long time period, that we would totally be fired by now if this weren't a video game. I think we are almost at the point where the mods I have are the mods I'm gonna have, with the exception of basically any of the other mods I've been looking at. I'm going to have to. Ooh, I want to see. Okay. I downloaded one for neuroamps that changes how the neuroamps work. And we have some neuroamps. So, let's see how high the jump height is with a neuroamp.
Keep moving. The scanners won't touch you. Don't stop unless you're told to do so.
Shut up. And if you decide you're going to suddenly attack me... Okay, I need to... Okay, that goes to the top. Well... It did. That's weird. It doesn't have a consistent jump in the game. Okay, it goes to that point there with the neuroamp equipped. Now let's equip this one instead and see what happens, if anything. Nothing. Okay.
There's a bounty on you. Get that cleared.
There is.
As soon as possible if you know what's good for you.
Well, maybe this mod just isn't working. I may need to... I mean, it is working, because it's altered the... Okay, it was working. That's weird. It didn't adjust my jump height any. I wonder why. Now, it does work with... I guess 30% just isn't that much of a difference to matter. For jump height. I can see it's affected my movement speed though, so... Alright.
Kicking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Oh no, I'm just going into, Oh! Oh! That I noticed. I would not normally be able to just jump straight up and grab the edge of that. Okay. Okay. We don't have... a board in here. Well, we need to change that. Almost. That looks good. the sweet spot. And we always go too far, because that's just how twitchy human hands work. Good enough for government work. Okay. Now, if this bounty is... I don't have a bounty. What are you talking about? I wonder if that's a reference to my background. I do have a bounty on my background. My wanted background. I've never heard them say something like that before, so. Alright. Light still works. Do I not have a light going this way? I should have a light going that way. Did I remove it? I may have accidentally removed it in one of my modifications of the ship. You know what? I did, because I had modified the ship and it had messed it up, so I had to reload and other stuff. Okay.
Need some work done?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And hopefully this doesn't mess it up yet again. Duplicate. Floodlight aft. Floodlight port, which actually goes starboard when you're installing them on the bottom. Okay. And then the starboard goes on the port side. Because it automatically reverses their direction when you install things on the bottom. Which I guess makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I knows. It actually looks like it did do it again. In case you're wondering what it may have done, it may have duplicated my ship. This is actually a common bug even in the vanilla game, where what happens is it duplicates your ship, and you'll see it when we take off if it's done it. And one of the ships, you can't, if it's duplicated it and it's in the right place, you won't even notice it until you take off. When you take off, it will leave the duplicate behind, but you may have to completely reload the game for it to remove the duplicate. I don't know what causes the duplicate to go away. It weirdly happens quite frequently at Hope Tech. I don't know what it is about the Hope Tech ship mod ship services, but when you modify your ship at HopeTech, it very
Keep moving.
frequently
The scanners won't hurt you.
will duplicate your ship in vanilla. It's happened to me on different ships, and when it places the ship in the wrong place, you may not even be able to get into your ship except via fast travel. So that's problematic, obviously. Okay. What are we doing here? We dropped off some people. We did a little bit of displays of power. We can do some more of that. Let's do that later. Let's do the relief run. That should be easy. Real easy. It's right here.
Hello. Hope you're feeling well today.
I got those medical supplies for you, and I was able to convince Abby to throw in some extras.
Fantastic. That'll really help out around here. Thanks for everything. These supplies will be put to good use. Here, take this. I threw in a bit extra for you, since you really came through for me.
Great. Okay. Let's make sure some things are as they need to be. Yes and yes. Oh, yeah, I downloaded a couple of mods that just give me infinite oxygen, because meh. I don't I'm always in a spacesuit, and the way that oxygen is used in this game is kind of so anyway. Alright, well, that actually sends me to other places. We're going down there anyway. Alright, let's go apply for the job at Xenofresh.
Galaxy, but here at Reliant Medical, we've got you covered.
Our beds are comfortable and affordable.
Version of you. Now is the time to enhance your life.
Several areas currently zoned as residential are seeking to allow
Hello.
Welcome to Xenofresh Fisheries, the pride of Neon.
I want a job.
You've come to the right place. Xenofresh is always on the lookout for new faces to add to our family. The application kiosk is over there, but feel free to ask me any questions.
Any work for a chemist?
Job candidates with background in chemistry are highly sought after here. I highly advise you to look at the application kiosk.
Well, alrighty then.
It was nice talking with you.
And just like that,
Riley. Oh God. Is that Cherny Sheetsky? Cherry? I'm so sorry. Miss Gurov would like to interview for the position. She's in the underbelly on the factory floor. She'll be expecting you.
an interview already?
Candidates like yourself are often fast-tracked through the application process.
That seems pretty desperate.
I have no response to that. Have a nice day.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the strikers stuff because I think those are almost all. Huh, I thought I hacked one of the signs already.
Trouble looms on scattered farms throughout the Freestar Collective. There are
Right now. And you have arrived. Sophistication and space. The perfect marriage. Ready to make your ultimate discovery?
although we have not been able to track down. Satisfy your cravings and your curiosity, because everything you've heard is true. You can get playing. That's right.
Okay, that's the one that goes to the underbelly. Now this one is both.
I would hope for the sake of these workers that after a while you get used to the smell.
Probably not. That's why I wear a mask. Now. Hello.
Hey there. Welcome to Off-World Eats. Feel like taking your taste buds on a trip around the settled systems?
Off-World Eats is an interesting name for a restaurant.
Well, thank you very much. My husband Lee and I have spent years sourcing the most interesting foods from other worlds. You can't find this type of cuisine anywhere else in Neon. We're very proud of our specialty menu.
Nice way to give visitors a little taste of home.
Visitors and transplants. That was the idea anyway. Turns out that our little niece has also created our biggest hurdle. In order for this business to work, we need an ever-evolving menu. To do that, we need to constantly source ingredients from across the settled systems. Ever since we sold our ship, it's been difficult.
Why'd you sell your ship?
When we first arrived, we needed every credit we had to open the restaurant. We kept the ship, but our pockets were empty. Then the bills started piling up, and we had to shift from paying for jump fuel to just keeping the doors open. After a while, it was obvious that keeping a ship we can't even afford to operate was a waste of money. So we sold it. That's how we're operating right now. It's terribly expensive. La Tora, you're not here to listen to my life story. You're here to eat. Well, let me stop talking so we can take a look at the menu and dig in. So, what could it be? Ah, not at all. We met on a Trident Starline's cruise around 8 years ago. I was a trained chef, and he was a nutritionist at Oishi. So we had a lot in common. We dated for a while, fell in love, and married only a year later. That's when we decided to pool our money and open this restaurant.
And, why such an exotic business in the underbelly?
It's not by choice. I can promise you that. The amount of money required to maintain a business around here is utterly ridiculous. It's borderline criminal. This space in the underbelly is
borderline.
literally all we can afford. It frustrates me to no end that we can't aim higher. But you know what? All that really matters is that we have a solid roof over our heads, and people seem to enjoy what we've brought to Neon.
Let me take a look at your menu.
We have everything for the discerning palate.
What if my palate isn't discerning? I suppose that doesn't matter, does it? You know, I could try and source some ingredients for you.
That would be so helpful. Thank you. What I need are any sort of exotic organic ingredients harvested from creatures or plants.
What qualifies as exotic?
It's actually simpler than it sounds. If you've never seen it before and you aren't horrified to eat it, then bring it to us. If it's edible, I can make a dish out of it.
And, will you be able to afford what I gather?
We're willing to pay, as long as you don't try and gouge us like the import companies we've been using. Oh, there's one important thing you should keep in mind. Be careful when you're collecting. It's not worth getting hurt trying to harvest ingredients from a particularly hostile life form.
Well, I'll think about it.
It was great to see you. Come back soon. Lee, did that crate from our distributor ever arrive? We're running low on some supplies.
Yeah, and you're gonna love this. Enough ride, but it's been a pretty slow day so far.
Hopefully we'll see some action soon. Tired of just...
Hello.
Welcome to Xeno Fresh Seafood. Would you like to try some trawl?
I can tell this isn't your dream job.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to discuss matters of a personal nature or necessarily speak with customers. If you wish to register a complaint, please fill out one of our comment slates and submit it to our corporate office.
That sounds like a good idea. Let me see a comment slate.
Yeah, we're currently out of comment slates.
Truly the pinnacle of both cuisine and business acumen.
In the meantime, may I suggest you try a tube of trawl? It's won the Voli Benthic Cuisine Award 9 years in a row.
You don't seem like you like this job very much.
Hey, why don't you give me a break? I work at this shop all day, every day, elbow deep in trawl. It's gross. I mean, it totally sucks, smelling like fish paste all the time. It doesn't scrub out. Believe me, I've tried. Look, I can't really talk about this. If they see me talking to a customer about anything but food, I'm gonna get fired, and I can't lose this job. If they boot me out of here, I don't get my employee allotment of Aurora. Just give me a break, will ya?
And what's the deal with trawl?
Yeah, trust me, you don't want it. They take everything left over from the Aurora processing and grind it into a paste. Yeah, guts, bones, and all. And then they add some kind of a...
Are you kidding me?
Alginate? Yeah, they say they add that for vitamins. Gross, right?
Let me see what you have for sale.
Trawl
This is what
will have
happens
you crawl,
when you're on Aurora.
Back for more.
All right.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay, all right.
I'd rather not get mixed up in this.
Are you a shop?
Hello. I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later? We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters.
Well, I hope nothing terrible has happened.
I'm afraid so, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it.
I understand you're not feeling up to it, but you are a shop. Why don't you show me what you're selling?
Yes, of course. Please forgive a foolish old woman for forgetting her manners. By all means, take a look.
Well, she sells all kinds of junk. In the aid variety. I did download a mod for breaking apart the larger containers. So now, this I can use to eat. This, as you can see, breaks apart into 6 individual meals. Why 6? I don't know. It should break down into 4 or maybe, but it's fine. It is what it is. It's how they designed it.
Hello. Now, I'm sorry if I sound rude, but
no, I'm the rude one.
We're closed right now.
I know. But look, tell me what's on your mind.
Oh, you're so kind. I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't feel strong enough to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time.
Okay, but look, it's obviously eating at you. Let me help.
Well, I suppose there's no harm. You can't really do anything unless you can reverse the flow of time. The thing is, Well, I lost my husband, Thomas, last week. He supposedly had a heart attack and fell from the upper platform.
Oh dear.
Of course, that's the official word from Neon Security. I'm not so sure they're telling me the truth.
Was Thomas ill to begin with?
He was almost 70, but according to Dr. Manning over at Reliant, he was in good health. Heart attack, my eye. There's no way that's what happened.
Neon Security isn't exactly the best source for accurate information.
No, they certainly aren't. How that security officer could stand there and tell me Thomas died of a heart attack. Well, it's a damn lie is what it is. I'm sorry, this is my problem. You're just here to shop, and here I am filling your head with my conspiracy theories. Please forgive me.
I'm the one that asked. Want to help find out what happened to your husband.
Oh my. You're the first person in this awful, awful city that's reached out to help me. Thank you.
And, why are you so certain there's a conspiracy around it?
The security officer's report said they never recovered my poor Thomas's body, which means they're only assuming he had a heart attack. But instead of leaving the case open until further evidence has been discovered, they've closed the book. I want to know why.
I hate to say this, but maybe the truth, no. His death sounds pretty suspicious. Probably not an accident.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who sees the problem. I suppose the proper place to start would be with Neon Security's witness, Tevin Anastas, that pompous ass over at the Emporium in Neon. Just please be very careful. I don't want to end up with 2 murders on my conscience.
Have you had any other problems with Neon Security?
Oh, everyone has problems with Neon Security. They're terribly corrupt, with Administrator Bayou using them as his own personal brute squad. They come in here from time to time, but apart from being forced to give them employee discounts, I've never had anything suspicious happen.
What can you tell me about Tevin?
Tevin owns the Emporium over in Bayou Plaza. He's a horribly overbearing, pretentious man who wouldn't dare set foot in the underbelly. The strange thing is, we've never had to deal with him in person. Why he'd be involved in Thomas's death is absolutely beyond me.
And what's the story behind the little shop here?
My husband and I opened the shop about 8 years ago. We were hoping to cater to the workers at Generdyne and Xenofresh. The business has had its ups and downs, but lately our rent has skyrocketed, so we've been forced to raise our prices. Unfortunately, the workers assumed we were becoming greedy, and as a result, we've had a couple of incidents with shoplifting and some vandalism. Honestly, I'm just trying to make a living.
Makes sense. Well, I'll leave you to it.
It was nice speaking to you.
Oh, we're way down in the underbelly. I mean, when they said we're in the underbelly, I didn't realize... Okay, wait. No, it can't be all the way down here, is it? Maybe. No, that must be a quick elevator. Yeah, okay. That's a very, very, very quick elevator and or a what do you call it? Like inside is a stairway or something. That's fine. Hello there.
Hello. Welcome to Jennerdyne. Can I help you with something in particular?
Well, I would like to talk to Brayson Bayo.
I'm so sorry, but Mr. Bayou isn't taking appointments at this time.
Oh, that's a shame.
Can I assist you with anything else today?
I have a complaint about my power service.
I'm sorry to hear that you're having trouble with your service. If you wouldn't mind using one of our customer service terminals to report the issue, I'm sure we can get it solved. Was there anything else?
Seems like a lot of security around here.
Well, our conduction grid technology, as well as all of the other experimentation being performed here, is proprietary. I'm sure many of our competitors would relish the opportunity to get through these doors behind me. I'm sure you understand.
Absolutely.
Hope to see you again soon.
I am glad we are on this side of the glass, for a variety of reasons.
Where else would he be? The laboratories? That would be a miracle. Why? Is there a problem?
Our needy signatures get this new batch of experiments.
Honestly, just sign his name yourself. It's not like that moron can comprehend any of the theorems in the first place.
Do you like getting a drink with me at the Astro Lounge after work?
Astro Lounge, huh? You independently wealthy all of a sudden?
I wish. Based on how much Jenna died was charging customers.
Yeah, too bad all that extra money. CEOs. What I'm making now, I can barely afford the deluxe suite.
Looks like this goes up to another floor.
Hello. now we shouldn't be bothered by that robot at least. Hello, friendly robot.
Just to be completely safe, it is probably best to avoid the cables.
I mean, yeah.
Laboratory result. Project GRD-092A. Technician Shibata reporting. I am reporting on the progress of Chief Technician Beiyu's project, the multi-terabyte nutriment preparation node. We've discovered by that directly connecting the power conduct into the conduction grid matrix, we can avoid signal loss. This should increase our output significantly and reduce the results by the factor of at least 10.
I've never liked
Our
computers,
goal, as per
especially
the
those
chief
with extra
technician,
security.
is to have my burrito ready the moment after I shut the door on the device. And though we've come close, we are still falling short by 3 seconds. We shall continue to investigate.
attention to my wife sneaking around like that. That shouldn't have killed them. Maybe knocking them out. At least I don't think it should have killed them. What gun do I have? Oh! I have the wrong gun equipped. Well, alrighty then. Okay, let's make sure all of our weapons are equipped properly. It's not that one. It's not that one. Yes. Yes. EM 1014. The only problem is it only has a magazine size of 4. That was something I was looking for, is just a general way to increase magazine size in various mods, but I could not find that design. That does have a suppressor. Okay, it's only 12, and I believe that that is a bad idea for various reasons. That does not have a suppressor. It should. It did not put all of my stuff back where it was meant to be when I completed the mission that got me the avarice. So, I have to do that myself. Alright. Let's make sure this weapon has... Haha, it does not. Okay. I don't think that my sidearm has a suppressor either. Not that one. It's under EM. It does not. Okay, what about... Solstice has stealth lasers. Did I need to do that? Probably not. Was it fun? Yes. In fact, I'm almost certain I didn't need to do that.
All right. We'll keep it to 6 hours, tops. That's if the dice go your way and everyone survives the adventure.
Should we drop in and say hello? I suppose that would be inadvisable.
Inadvisable? Yes. Funny? Probably. Here's my theory on why there's so many Chunks books around. And it's a pretty simple one. Chunks pays real well. And as a result, everybody wants to work for Chunks, so you find the Chunks employee handbook and the story of Chunks everywhere because people are applying for jobs at Chunks. It's probably an easy job too. Basically, you just stand there and say, "How can I help you?" and then show them the menu of Chunks, which is always the same.
Technician Shibata, currently posted to Genedine's R&D laboratory. Personal notation. I'd like to go on record about my feelings
Not that
about
it matters,
Chief
but
Technician Bayou.
do you think
Though
this
most
is
of my fellow
perhaps the
employees
largest
feel that
battery array
he's
in the settled systems?
underqualified and incompetent. I feel that they are underestimating him.
Could be.
I've spoken to Brayson at length, and I find him actually to be a kind and endearing person. I think that living in the shadow of his brother, Administrator Benjamin Bayou, has given him a bad name, and that's a shame. From what I can gather, he was placed in his current position against his own better judgment and asked to do the impossible. It's an unfortunate situation, but I will endeavor to get the rest of the technicians in the department to be more supportive.
A quick thing. Last time you said that, we didn't stop playing for a full cycle. Had you fallen sick to work, remember?
All right. We'll keep it to 6 hours, tops. That's if the dice go your way and everyone survives the adventure.
Bring it on. After that spell book my wizard found, I've got a whole new batch of tricks up my sleeve.
Be very, very quiet. I'm wooting.
Just got word that there might be an intruder
Man. Gotta be careful with those intruders. Never know where they might be. Don't worry. This won't kill you.
Oh, it's you. I was wondering how long it would take you to get down here. If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. I just don't want anyone getting hurt.
How did you know I was here for the cipher?
When you accessed the computer in the power core, it sent a notification to me here. I knew you were coming, I just didn't know when.
Give me the cipher first, and then we'll consider if anyone's gonna get hurt.
Look, there's no need to be angry with me. I'm on your side. I'm not trying to trick you. You want the cipher? It's yours. At this point, I'd do anything to get back at my brother. He deserves everything he's got coming to him.
Interesting. I'm sure you have a good reason to hate your brother.
Oh, don't patronize me. I know I'm no prize winner myself, but at least I don't spend my days trying to screw everyone over. You know, I've spent my entire life living in Ben's shadow. Everything always works out for him, while I've been bouncing from one job to the next, barely keeping afloat. And all the while, he laughs at me behind my back. Thinks it's hilarious to make fun of his stupid brother. Like I wouldn't eventually find out.
You should consider distancing yourself from your brother. Perhaps somewhere off-world.
You should expose him for everything shady he's done. How do you know he talks about you behind your back?
One advantage to being perceived as stupid is that no one takes you seriously. When I walk into a party, I'm instantly the resident social pariah. But my eyes and ears are wide open. I can't tell you the number of times I've overheard that my brother has spread amusing anecdotes about his stupid brother.
Yeah, you should expose him.
That wouldn't do any good. For every scheme he's gotten himself into, he has a bulletproof exit strategy. Man's virtually immortal.
If such a thing were possible, it likely would have happened before now. I expect it is beyond your ability.
You know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. It's my turn to take control for once. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the cipher and whatever else you need. I'm getting out of here while I still can. After you're done, I suggest you do the same.
How rough are things down here for you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, I'm at about, I don't know, a -8. I don't have the background for this electrical engineering stuff. Chief technician? It's ridiculous. Ben stuck me down here expecting me to work miracles. He didn't stop for even a second to think of the repercussions. That's so typical. All I need is one breakthrough. One. And I could shove this job right in his face. Damn, that would feel good.
Well, I'm fairly certain all that conduction grid technology can be adapted into some kind of anti-EM weapon technology.
Holy crap. You might be right. I mean, it would take some time, but I bet I could figure it out.
Or get somebody that can.
All this time I've been trying to develop something new, and it's been staring me in the face for years. Oh man, that is so like me. Thank you for giving me that kick in the ass I needed to get going.
Aside from the obvious, why are you and Benjamin at such odds with each other?
Because he's a two-faced son of a bitch, that's why. It's not like I should be surprised. When we were younger, we never got along very well. I mean, he's 11 years older than I am. We had 2 different mothers. Might as well have been from 2 separate families.
It's quite an age gap.
Well, there's a reason for that. I never knew my actual mother. She was my father's mistress, and I was told she vanished from Neon when I was only 2 years old. Ben's mother, she didn't give a crap about me. Wouldn't even let me call her Mom. I just had to call her Liliana. Can you imagine? And then there's Dad. So buried in the day-to-day operations of Neon, he didn't have time to pay attention to his bastard son.
Have you ever sought out your birth mother?
Yeah, I've tried, but I always hit a dead end. It's as though she was here one day and suddenly vanished the next, and then her existence was erased from everyone's memory. I wouldn't be at all surprised if my father had her killed to avoid public embarrassment. That's the kind of man he was.
Sounds like Benjamin resents where you came from.
Yeah, maybe. Or he could just be a first-class asshole who takes after our father.
2 things can be true.
Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do, and it's nice to get this off my chest, but talking about it isn't going to change a thing. That's why I gave you the encryption cipher. Anything I can do to stick it to Ben, that's the real therapy.
All right, then.
Thanks again for the talk. It really helped.
Well, all right. You have a nice day. And I mean that. Give your brother the shit. Like I was never there. So, full disclosure. Not that anybody needed to know, but I was using the ultimate stealth ring during that. Now, that being said, the path I took is the path you would take if you were doing stealth. Minus the fact that I shot those 2 guys, that probably wouldn't have gone as well as it did if I wasn't wearing the ring. But, yeah. I like wearing the ring. It's helpful. Hello, Benjamin.
Ah, there you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Genodyne's systems.
Why, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do. Please, don't insult my intelligence. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted.
I'll remove it for half that amount.
Normally, I might be inclined to accept such a generous offer, but in this case, I'm going to decline. You know why? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts. How to get the deal done with finesse.
You've never met me.
No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first, take whatever you want, and ask questions later. That's not how I do business.
Your arrogance is astounding.
That's what they tell me. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
That is an offer? Your negotiating skills are impressive indeed.
Perhaps we can come to a financial arrangement instead.
My dear friend, you couldn't possibly offer me enough money to offset the embarrassment that this has caused.
You
I'm
don't know how
afraid
much
you'll just
money I have.
to reveal your source.
It was me.
Really? That's the story you're going with. Very well. There's a body that Neon Security is going to be discovering very soon. One with concrete evidence that links you to the murder.
Oh no!
I'd say you have about 1 hour to leave this place before you have a price on your head.
I almost admire your commitment to corruption. Almost.
So, I assume this concludes our little arrangement, and you'll be leaving our fair city. Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards.
Now, this is the inherent problem I have with essential characters, because the reality is that he's all arrogant and all blah 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 and oh, a body. Oh no! You mean that I might be wanted? Like the trait that I already have? And oh no, I might never get to come back to... Oh wait, no, I can come back to Neon anytime I want. His threat literally means nothing. I know, because I've been threatened by him in this way before. There's a weird, like, there's a weird security glitch where security might, like, stop you and, like, do the thing where they're, oh, hey, you're a bad person or whatever, but you can easily get around it, and it's more glitchy because of how the quests work. Like, it's very, very dumb. Like, his threats mean nothing, and my threats mean nothing. Because I can't do anything to him, and there's no option to just kill him. Which is exactly what I would do. He is a rotten individual, and what I personally would do would be to pull out my gun and shoot him right in the face. But not only is he marked as essential, but as you can see, I can't do anything to him.
I suggest you leave this city as soon as possible.
And it doesn't change anything either. Like, for example, I bought the penthouse suite. His threat should actually do things like take the penthouse suite away from you. Like, he supposedly owns this place, right? The whole city. Whatever. Nah, doesn't do anything. He's just kind of a dick. And I can respond to him in, like, sarcastic ways, but it doesn't do anything. He's just constantly, perpetually an arrogant asshole. Let me put it another way. There should be a way a quest-related way to kill Benjamin Bayou. He has enemies. Like, a guy like that doesn't have no enemies. There should be a way, through a quest, to kill him. But there isn't. At least none I've discovered in the 2,000 hours I've played this. And I'm pretty sure I explored all the story content once before. If I'm missing something, then I'd love to find out what. Alright. We are not going to Madame Savage's right away. What we're gonna do first is... We're actually not gonna talk to Tevin first. We're gonna go to security. I don't think it'll matter, but we'll see. But yeah, there's no actual repercussions. He's all like, oh, a body will be found, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's literally not going to affect me at all. There's not even a bounty on my head out of the deal. Like, and think about this way. Wouldn't that be a great way to, what do you call it? Give me the wanted trait if I didn't have it before? That would be neat, but that's not how traits work. You can't, as far as I know, you can't gain a trait that you never had. You can only lose a trait, and I don't know if you can gain a trait back. I don't think you can. Now, I will say the stealth ring may be affecting me right now in ways that it normally wouldn't, but that's okay. Like, maybe Neon Security would be pissy with me or something. But as I recall, they're... Okay. The weirdest interaction is when I go to interact with the guy for the blend recipe. Because there's an interaction with Benjamin Bayou where he, like, has both the interaction of, oh, you're still here? I can't believe you're still here. Security, get him. But then at the same time, he's just there to interact with that guy and my interaction with him at the same time. And it got really screwy the last time I did it. Alright, I'm looking for a named individual. Any of you have a name? No? One of you's gotta have, like... looking for, like, I don't know, a head of security or something? Nobody? Are you a person? No? What about you? No? Wow. Usually there's some named person in the security office. Alright, well, then... I guess I'll go talk to Tevin. Like, and there's not even an option to, like... Obviously this place is extra corrupt, right? There's not even an option for that mission to, like... go to Neon Security and pay them an exorbitant fee to, like, disregard what Benjamin Bayou said? Look the other way for a charge or something? I don't know.
All of our items are guaranteed to be of the highest quality.
Now that Headlock's out of the way, how are things going?
Quieter. Much quieter. I think dealing with Headlock has convinced Seoka to back off from harassing my shop. And according to what I've heard, everyone else's. This should finally give me the time I need to concentrate on running my business, rather than wasting time looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, I took care of Seoka for the most part. I wanted to talk to you about the death of Thomas Lucian.
I'm not telling you a thing. I've already reported what I saw to security. Stop wasting my time and leave. Your presence is bad for business.
You're gonna tell me.
There's nothing to tell you. Get it through your skull.
I'm sorry. But keeping quiet about something like this must be hard on your conscience.
Listen, I don't want anything bad to happen.
I understand. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. Just tell me what really happened to Thomas.
You'd better be right.
There's no reason for us to have a problem, is there?
I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Oh my god, enough! I'll tell you what I know, if it'll get you to leave. I saw it happen. Thomas was murdered and thrown into the ocean. Afterwards, I foolishly reported the incident to security. For my efforts, I was rewarded with a gun to my head and threatened with death if I didn't keep silent.
Does the murderer work with security?
No. The officer that threatened me was completely different. And the murderer wasn't wearing a uniform. I'd wager that the murdering bastard has a friend in security that's covering things up for him.
Alright. Tell me who did it.
It was hard to hear over the commotion, but I'm sure I heard Thomas call his attacker Russell and Rusty a few times. From what I could gather, the attacker was after credits, and Thomas refused to give him any. After that, well, Thomas went for a swim.
Have you ever dealt with this Rusty personally?
God, no. I've seen him around here and there, but if he ever were to come into my shop, I tell him to leave immediately.
Wow.
In fact, I would never even talk to someone like him. I have no business dealing with petty criminals or Aurora addicts.
You deal with me. Tell me where he is.
Where else would someone like him be, hmm? He stays at the sleep crates near Madame Sauvage's place. In any case, when you confront him, my name cannot be mentioned. I'd very much dislike sharing Thomas's briny fate. And with that, I must insist you leave me in peace. That is, of course, unless you'd like to make a hefty purchase.
I would. I'd like to purchase this statue.
Look, man, have a heart.
But
I
I
can't pay right
know
now,
you won't
but
sell
I'll
it to
spot
me.
you next time, okay? Do I?
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Sophistication in space, ready to make your ultimate discovery?
In my personal opinion, I think that the concept of essential NPCs can be written around. For example, the various quests that are related to Benjamin Bayou could be written around by the new director. And you could do something similar to the Nemesis system in Shadows of Mordor, or what game did they use that? I think they used it also in Mad Max. Oh no, I know what it was. It was Assassin's Creed. They used it in in its own limited way, but basically have a system that creates a random NPC when an NPC in that same position is killed. And you can even have a, quote, delay, right? Like, oh, well, since you killed them, there's a vacuum of power now, and it has to be filled. Well, it's going to be filled, and of course it's a video game, so give it a week. Like, in-game week, not a real time week, and just replace them with randomly named NPC that has all the same attributes that the other person had, with all the capability that the other person had, even the arrogance, with one exception. And this is where it gets a little bit more challenging, obviously. If you killed the last guy that was in that position, the new guy should either be more intimidated by you or less intimidated by you. By virtue of, like, the obvious more intimidated by you. You killed their predecessor, right? So, well, I don't want to mess with this person. Or that standard arrogance that says, oh, I know you killed my predecessor, but I'm better than them. So there's no way you're going to kill me. And or happy about it. Like, and they can be both happy about it and the other two things. You know, one of the other two things. Like, they could be intimidated or not, and still be happy that you killed their predecessor. And be like, oh, I'm glad you killed my predecessor. It allowed me to climb the ranks to my new position. Or they could be threatened by you in such a way that they call security, or just have extra security with them, so that when you walk into their office or whatever the situation is for the quest, there's always a security guard there. Because, you know, there's ways that you could do it so that you don't have anyone that is, quote, essential, and yet all the essential quests can still be run. Because all the pertinent data is just passed on to the next NPC, so that whatever your interactions would have been, they're now with this new NPC.
Come on in. Enjoy some unique company. And toss back one of our
And again, I do understand that that is more labor intensive. I'm not saying it wouldn't be. I am, however, saying it would be really neat to make a world feel somewhat more immersive when dealing with the stuff you typically have to deal with in that regard. Estelle. Wait, what? Oh, find Rusty. Okay. We'll do that after we talk to Estelle. I assume she's up here. No. No. We'll be coming back here anyway because we have to deal with other things. Man, this place is dark. Grace? Ah, there you are.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayou thing at the Astral Lounge, but I didn't have much of a choice. Can you believe the nerve of that smug son of a bitch? The man is priceless.
Yeah. What happened at the Astral Lounge?
Well, I was hoping we'd celebrate your return with some drinks and a pile of Aurora. I was about to start partying early when Boone Morgan tipped me off that Bayou was on his way down with some neon security goons. I'm pretty sure I missed him by less than a minute. Left a ton of good stuff behind, damn it.
Well, I handled the situation.
So I've heard. Throwing yourself under the bus like that. Ouch. You are one crazy son of a bitch.
Pretty much. And I'm probably done here then.
Well, I'm glad someone's happy. Since Bayou flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to crack Generdyne is gone. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of cash, and I have no way to pay it all back.
That's a shame. Who do you owe money to?
Well, a business partner of mine named Nix was the author of the virus. Don't know if you know him or not. Then there's the folks I paid to keep an eye on Ayumi Komiko, a few of the guards at Generdyne. Like I said, it was a huge job. Honestly, I shouldn't be revealing my sources because that puts you on their radar as well. But hey, you asked.
I could cut you in for some credits to cover your expenses, but honestly, you knew the risk.
I've been fleet for the last 5 years. You don't have to remind me that there's risk in what we do. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. What the hell with it? I'll just ask. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you inside and practically hand you the data on the grid.
Some small amount of compensation seems reasonable, given the circumstances.
You know, if it wasn't for my wife suggesting that I could, I wouldn't. But she did, so I will.
I appreciate that. I really do. Having each other's back is what makes the fleet stronger, you know? How much are you willing to part with?
I can only afford... screw it. 9,000.
Wow, that's way more than I expected. I had no idea you'd be so generous.
Yes. Apparently, we have lost our minds. To your benefit.
All right, I guess we're done here. Tell Delgado if he ever needs me for anything else. I've still got his back. And hey, you won't be hearing Rook from me anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of us now. Lifeblood of the fleet. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, you send them to talk to me.
You believe Crix's legacy really exists?
Now, how did I know you were going to ask me that? Honestly, doesn't matter if I believe that Crix's legacy exists or not. What's important is that I believe in Delgado. If the man thinks that chasing shadows is gonna make us rich, then who the hell am I to judge, right? I mean, I'm not gonna jump off a cliff for him or anything, but hey, he needs an extra ship at his side. He's got it.
What's next for you?
I hear things are heating up back at the Key, so I might fire up my bird and head over to check things out. Rumor has it that Delgado has some solid info on the Crix's legacy story he's been hawking for the last few years. If there's even a chance that it's true, I want to be there when Shinya Voss starts splitting the loot, if you catch my meaning.
Your meaning was fairly straightforward. And, Bayu completely ruined your plans to use the virus?
Completely ruined? Nah. I was hoping it would stay on Generdyne's mainframe for the long term, but hey, at least it's already fed me a huge amount of data. Nix really knows what he's doing, though he charged me about 6 months worth of earnings. With any luck, I'll be able to recoup my costs in no time.
Alright. I may or may not see you again.
Just watch your ass. Benny isn't exactly gonna be tickled that you've been talking to his brother.
Yeah, well, he can have fun with that. And hey, Andreja, you're the one that suggested to her that I give her some money. Baby, I'm loaded. And when I say loaded, I mean loaded. I have more money than anyone in this entire settled systems. I could buy all of them. If the cost, let's put it this way, if the cost of a life is 15,000 credits, I could kill literally everyone in the settled systems and still have change left over. Alright. Hello there.
Buddy, why don't you throw a few credits my way, huh? Help a guy out, yeah?
Let me guess. I'll end up in the ocean if I don't give you anything.
End up in the ocean? What the hell are you... Wait. No. He told me that everything was taken care of. No one would know. Listen, you gotta hear me out. I never meant to do anything. It was an accident.
Who's he, and what did he take care of?
A friend. An old buddy in security. But that's all you're getting from me. I'd rather take my chances with you than with him.
Tell me exactly what you did.
I got in a fight with Thomas. I asked him for some creds, but the bastard wouldn't give me anything. Things got out of hand. He ended up falling off the upper platform. It was an accident, I swear. Then I called my buddy in security and told him what happened. He took care of everything after that.
Tell me who your friend in security is.
Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a rat. Listen, I messed up, I know that. But nothing can change what's already done. Just let me go and I'll disappear forever. No one will ever see me again. No one even needs to know I'm alive. Just, come on, just let me go.
I'm in a mood. And my wife apparently has no opinion. So, no.
No, I can't let that happen. Why couldn't you just let me go?
Not the ideal time for target practice.
Now there's a drawback to this mission. and that is that this guy's body weighs way more than it should for some reason. So I actually have to drag him around in order to dump his body into the ocean as a matter of justice. It's really dumb.
The Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come on in. Enjoy some unique company. And toss
I don't know why they made this guy's body weigh 1,000,000 pounds or whatever. Like, anybody else's body would not do this. But this guy's body, for some reason, does. The hilarious thing is doing this in front of security, but... And he can also get caught in the floor. If you are not careful. Also, all the people that are running around can cause him to get caught in the floor. It's like the game designers were like, no, we're not gonna let you throw him in the ocean. You can't do it! Because did you notice that he's not getting thrown past a certain point? He's like breaking how throwing works. He will not go over the edge. Anybody else would. There we go. Oh, you little son of a bitch. You are going down into the ocean. There we go. All right. Let's go return to Catherine, as it says. Now, what you can also do is attack him and lead him to the edge and then shoot him, but that's, you know... Fun fact, if you choose to let him go and then kill him anyway, then you get, like, all wanted by security and everybody all flips out. More than they already flipped out. Whoa, that's some heavy bloom. What we got going on there? Catherine?
Oh, yes. Hello.
I know most of what happened with your husband.
Please, tell me everything you know. I want to hear it all.
Your husband was murdered, and a security officer covered everything up to protect the killer.
I knew it. I just knew that I was being fed lies. Nothing added up right from the start. Neon security. How can they sleep at night and act like my husband's life wasn't worth anything? My husband's killer. Did you find him? What happened to him?
The killer's name was Rusty. Did Thomas ever interact with him before?
Rusty. I believe he was one of the Generdyne workers that would come around and cause trouble. steal things, vandalize, or the like. They were a rowdy bunch. My husband usually handled the troublemakers and became well acquainted with Rusty and his so-called friends. Vandalism and shoplifting is one thing, but murder? I just never thought things could go this far. So, what did you do with Rusty?
I killed him.
Good. And good riddance to him, too. An eye for an eye and all that. I'm not the type to wish death upon anyone, but he deserved worse for what he did to my Thomas. And about security. Did you find out which officer is behind the cover-up?
I didn't, and I doubt taking on security will end up well for either of us.
Yes, you're right. It just boils my blood thinking about what they did. But I must say that I feel oddly vindicated just by knowing the truth. The uncertainty was constantly eating away at me. At least I can take solace knowing that justice was served, at least to some degree. I never would have figured out the truth without you. I have credits for you here.
No. I'm just glad I could help.
Oh, you're so sweet. In any case, please know how grateful I am that you helped me. You're the only person to ever show kindness to me in this city. And now that I know the truth, I can try to focus on healing. Thank you for everything, from both myself and Thomas.
Absolutely. Now, let's go hack that sign. And this one is so dumb. So, this is like a Looney Tunes, right? Okay. I'm even going to use this. There is no security around that I can tell. There's a bunch of random people here. Okay. Genderdyne workers. Fish folk. There's a security guard right here, but there's no way that that security guard could see what I'm doing over here. And yet, watch what happens when I flip this switch. And keep in mind, I'm also using a special ring that makes me basically invisible. See that security guard? Literally spawned in and came out of nowhere. Now, here's what you do. Very quickly, you leave the area. Because that security guard is going to stop me and be all like, hey, I saw what you did. No, you didn't. Didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. And he will chase you all throughout the place to give you his little speech. So you just... See? See? There's no way I'm paying you.
Well, that narrows down the possible outcomes here.
Wrong answer.
I will not aid you in this. Why would you do such a thing? You and I have things to discuss.
Okay. Now. There was an autosave right before we hack the sign. So, here's the alternate way to get out of that. It's super, super silly, but I love doing it. Just have to wait for the game to load in again. Okay, now, first of all, remember, he's going to spawn in over here and come rushing at you. Now, that is the elevator you want, not that one, despite it being closer. So, first thing you do, hit the override display. Oop. Hit the override display. Then run! And I do mean run, like actually sprint. When you get up above, keep going. And head for the other side. Keep in mind, he's sprinting too, so you've got to keep sprinting as much as you can. And this does take up stamina if you're not hacking the game. Cheating, if you will. Now, there's no way he's going to be able to follow me. So, what you want to do here... Oh, hey, disciple. Is you want to get to your ship. Because you know what that security guard can't do? That security guard can't make it onto your ship. Because no NPC can, unless they're your companion or your crew. Or they're attached to you. Whatever. So, once you get to your ship, and you can also just fast travel to your ship, you know, if you know where it is. Get out of my way, Sam. Once you get to your ship, you leave. And that security guard is probably standing right outside, too, waiting to interact with me. Ooh, you dirty rat, you. I don't know why I have a bounty of 10,000. That might be related to the Benjamin Bayou thing. I don't know. I know it's not related to what I just did, for the record, because I've done this before. So, you get to your ship, and you just take off. Then you don't have to interact with that stupid guard. Oh, yep, it did it. See? 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 It made a duplicate of my ship. I don't know why it's doing that. It's been doing that at very specifically at Neon.
Hell of a view from here.
Recently. Like, very recently. So I'm going to do two things. One, because I currently have contraband on me, I'm going to go to Olympus, and I'm going to drop it off. I don't think I'm going to do the dream home on my eventual other saves. I've been looking at the various traits, and the dream home doesn't fit.
Grav drive spinning down. Systems green.
I definitely won't be doing kid stuff. Now, the plus side is I actually do have missions off-world. I need to go to the key and do some stuff, and there's some things to do in
Gear
some
looks
other
green.
places.
Ready to land.
But I think that's going to do it for me for right now. A little bit shorter, but yeah, I think that's going to do. So thanks for watching. I do hope you decide to return, and I'll see you in the stars.